cars. As you can see, I've made some progress here on my little workshop. Painted it.
So this is the Chris Carr's new empire to be, is it?
It is, yes. I put the partition up, and I'm just going to have the lift wired up.
So that's the new lift.
Your second hand, yeah.
Oh right, new second hand.
Yeah,
it's very high, Chris.
Yeah, this is obviously I've got a few inches between that and the roof, so that is the biggest I could have. I think I might have bought this one originally, then I sold it to the chap that bought my business, and then I bought it back off of him.
Excellent. And what's up there? Is that your sleeping arrangements?
Yes. When I do fall out with my wife, then I can sleep up there, which is quite nice. And I've got a nice heater up there to keep me warm when I am living here on my own.
That is a posh, and it's sort of rent free.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, that's right. I just need a toilet, but I'll sort something out eventually. So I will have this bit and this bit, and that is it.
So that's. Are you going to paint that next? So
I am. Yes, I say I am untidy, but I'm not this untidy. You cannot work. It's completely inefficient to work like this. I'm just trying to fit everything in, do doors, do this, do that, and it's difficult. But as you'll see in a moment, I do work reasonably tidy, as you'll see when I get the workbenches and everything in there.
Excellent. It's going to look good when it's all finished, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought this would all be done by June. It's now, whatever it is, October, and it's still not ready. But we are getting there.
That's building work, isn't it?
I do underestimate time. I do underestimate how long things take. This is Chris Cars. Today I have a Mark V Golf here. The 1.9 diesel, 2008. There's still quite a few of them around. Well, there is this part of the country. Right, so it broke down. So I just had to go and pick it up because it cut out and won't start. All right, so one quite common thing on these is the fuel pump, the in-tank fuel pump. If the in-tank fuel pump stops, well, that's it, obviously. You've got no fuel supply to the engine, so it won't go. All right, so it's quite an easy thing to tell if you're trying to do this at home or whatever you're trying to do. If you switch the ignition on, you should hear the pump buzz for like a second. It's under the back seat, all right, and people with decent hearing would be able to hear it, I'm sure.
That won't be you, will it?
No, I'm afraid that I've damaged my hearing with air tools and everything over the years. But you can use something like this. I really like these. Stethoscope, right? You can put that under the seat, or you can put your head against the back seat and get somebody to crank the engine, and you should hear it. But it'll come on for a second when you switch the key on, a second or so, and if you crank the engine, most people will be able to hear the pump running under the seat. All right, so this is not, even I can hear it's not running, right? The pump's not going.
So will it, when you do that, did you say, sorry, that it starts, you can hear it, and then it'll stop priming? Is that right? Or it will continue to...
when you're cranking, or when you're cranking, it will continue to pump until you stop cranking. And obviously when the engine's running, it's running continuously, running all the time, right? Okay. So yeah, it is quite a problem. It is quite a reasonable common problem, right? So you won't find anything with a diagnostic tool. You can plug the diagnostic tool in if you want to, but the fuel system's not monitored, right? The pressure's not monitored on these type of engines, so you won't get a fault code for a no fuel pump or a no fuel pressure.
So today then, are we finding the fuel pump and diagnosing that and then replacing, are we?
Yeah, we're going to fit. The customer supplied a second-hand one, which if you're at home, you might want to do the same, and well, that's fine. So he's bought a second-hand one, so we'll put it in, and it probably still won't start. But we'll see. Right, so you can remove the complete bottom part of the seat, or you can just lift it. Right, so you just gotta you give it a pull from the front of the seat, like that, a sharp pull, and it releases both clips on both sides. All right, and then you've got to also remove these Isofix clips here. Look, these little trim clips. There's 4 along here, but I've removed 3 already. But you just got to fiddle and get these out.
The ISO clips for the
kiddie seats.
Kiddie seats, yeah.
Right, so I've taken that out, all right? And the other 3 I've taken just to save a bit of time. Right, so I've released the seat. Right, so often you've got to push the seat back now to get it. I'll show you in a minute. There's a clip underneath. That's it. And I'll show you. And then you just got to pull it.
So it will come out, but don't break it.
That's it. You've got to put your hand in behind the seat and pull it away from the seatbelt stalks. All right? That's it. Right. That's that out. Or you could just pull the front and pop a bit of wood underneath it if you want to. But it's a lot easier with the seat out of the way, isn't it?
And as a mechanic, is the first thing to do is check for money?
Yes, it's definitely, yes. There's 5 pence there.
Oh.
But that's probably it.
Oh.
Yeah. So we probably won't worry about that.
Did you ever get a taxi home sometimes, and then you would all stick your hands down the back seat and then pay the taxi driver in the money that was down the back seat?
I always had my hand somewhere else when I was in a taxi. A lot more fun. Yes, not in the back of a seat.
Oh, fair enough.
Yes. Anyway, right, so there's the pump in here now. Okay. So you need to locate the red tab on the block connector and lift it. Lift it as far as it will go, and then push on it, and it should release the block connector. All right?
Yep.
Which it has. Right then. So now we need to make sure we've got a decent live and earth down to the pump. Right, so you can use a test light if you want to, but you don't want an LED test light because they won't carry the current. You need to make sure you've got a decent circuit, decent current go into the pump because it's a motor and it takes current to drive the motor. Right, these things take 0.01 of an amp or whatever to run, where you effectively need, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 amps to run the pump.
Oh, so you could get a false reading.
You definitely, yeah, you could get a false reading. This would light up if it's an LED light, and you might have got, a bad connection on the pump relay or something, so you really haven't got any amps to run the pump. So you can just get a test light and put an ordinary festoon bulb in it, like I have. Right, I put an ordinary number plate light bulb in it. Right, or you lose the other thing I've got. Give me strength. I'm just got to find it. Here we are. Right, you can use this.
It's gone.
Right, this is just a bulb holder out of any car. Look, this is probably out of a Japanese vehicle. Loads of cars used to have bulb holders, and then you can buy little jack plugs and leads so that you can just make up your own test light. Then you can put whatever you like on the end of it. You can buy all this online. You can have crocodile clips or these little test probes, whatever you want. I like these because they're really, really thin, and you're not going to damage the terminal when you actually use something like this. All right.
Do people put 2 thicker test probe in and then on those things and then damage the contacts?
They do. That's right. Yes. So if you've got something like this, you push it into the connector, and all you do effectively is open up the terminal, or you can open up the terminal and ruin the connection. So you've already introduced another fault, right? So
very common that, I bet.
Yeah, I've seen it loads of times, or even something worse than this. They ram a screwdriver in there, and then they put the crocodile clip on the screwdriver. But all it does is just damage the connection. You don't want to introduce any more faults. I've seen so much over the years. People bring cars in that don't start, and they've had to go at themselves, and they've introduced another 5 extra faults to the vehicle because they've put cheap parts on from eBay or Amazon, new parts that are crap, and now you've got loads of things to try and sort out. Right, so you just got to use. Right, so just use these real thin probes, something like this, look. All right, I just bought a packet, wherever it was, on Amazon or wherever. All right,
look like dental sticks.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're called, which doesn't help anybody, does it? Anyway, I'm sorry, I don't know what the correct name for them, but they are really good. Right, so I'll get some glasses quickly. Might help. Right, and then we've got a power probe. I like power probes. You haven't got this is just a cheaper one, a seedy one, but it's good. It's got live and earth. You connect it right on the battery, so you've got no issues with any connections. Connect it right on the the terminals, positive, negative of the battery. Right, so I like to use that to power up the motors to make sure it all works.
So that basically will power 12 volts into whatever your
Yes, it
motor or
will.
whatever,
Yes,
so
that's
you can
right.
then test it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, you can.
So you're bypassing wires from the battery to
Yeah,
that
yes, that's right. You're just going straight onto the
to
component,
test it. Right, gotcha.
and it has got a cutout. It's got a cutout for the amps here, so you can't deliver too many amps to it because it's got a circuit breaker. Right, so it is quite good, but you've got to be careful what you use power probes on, right? Because you can damage sort of ECU circuits, you know, module circuits and so forth. But this is a circuit with a motor, so like I said, it takes amps. So you have no problem using a power probe on this type of thing.
Okay, so under there, we're showing the top of the fuel tank, the diesel fuel tank,
Yeah,
and through that sort of yellowish cover is the pump
yeah, that's the pump in there.
that we think is not working.
Yeah, which I will try and show you hopefully in a moment.
Right.
But we'll just see if we've got live and earth down to the pump. Right, so you concentrating on the big wires. You've got 5 wires, 3 are for the pump, sorry, for the gauge and the light, and the 2 big ones are for the motor, for the pump. All right, so brown is earth. So you just gently push it into the, you can back, as they call it, back probe. You can push it in the back of the connector, like that if you wish. You've got to make sure you've got a good connection though. It's often more reliable just to put it somewhere in the block connect, in the terminal at the front. Just gently. Get another one. It is quite good because you can just swap it and do whatever you want. If you're doing a bit to this at home, I'm shaking this morning. I don't know why.
Did you have a few beers last night, Chris?
No, not last night, no.
Oh.
But I unfortunately had a couple on Saturday.
Oh, did you go out disco dancing?
Not disco dancing, but anyway, right. So we've got, hopefully, we'll soon see, right? So we'll just switch the ignition on and hopefully that will light up. Oops. And the wiper's going. Right, so we have a live for less than a second, don't we?
Yeah, the light bulb's going.
Right,
so that we know that should be priming the tank, do we? The pump.
Yeah, that should be exactly. It should be priming the pump. So if we crank it, it should stay alight. Right?
Yeah.
Which it is. I mean, it doesn't sound particularly healthy with its cranking. I think the battery's all right, but I just think the starter motor is probably getting a bit slow. But we're here to fix the starting problem. I mean, you know, it's an older car and it's probably got other faults.
Okay. By doing those tests, what we've just done, we know that the wiring is as it should be.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got a decent live and earth down to the pump, right? Decent current carrying circuit, so that's fine. So it's hopefully likely to be something wrong with the pump. Right, so this, if you've got something like a power probe, right, you can make sure you've got a circuit and you can put live and earth onto it. So if you join the 2 wires of the power probe together, it should go green to show you've got a circuit, so you've got continuity, which I have. Right? You can see that, can't you?
Yep.
Right, so I know this is a windscreen washer pump, but it's still a motor. It's still a motor that pumps fluid. Right, so if this, we'll just connect it. So we've got a circuit, right, like we should have. If you apply a voltage, we shut the noise up a moment. Right, so if we apply a voltage, then the pump runs, all right?
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, you do the same that to the pump. Here.
Yeah, right. It's not. So you best to find. Right. So the earth wire is a big one this side. The earth is on. Yeah, the earth is on that side of the connector. Right. It's not. If you put it the other way around, it just reverse. The pump will go around the wrong way. So we will put the earth where it should go. All right. Lovely. That's it with the crocodile clip. Yeah. And like I said, if you've got these wires, you can this has got a crocodile clip on the end. It's good with these jack plugs. Right, so put the other one on the live. Right, and we should have a circuit. No. But we have got a circuit at the moment, right? So we'll just apply a live. Right, it did work for a second. Now it stopped.
Oh, but it has gone red, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has gone. When I checked it the other day, there was no circuit, but it has got a circuit. But you can hear the pump's not going, look.
Yeah, that's dodgy. That's faulty, isn't it?
So yeah, so something wrong between here is either the pump or wiring inside. All right, nothing's happening at all, is it?
No.
All right.
But that's quite a common thing with these pumps failing, is it?
Yeah, it is. I've fitted quite a few in my time. Yeah, I have. The trouble is when they go intermittently is the problem. When they pump less fuel than they should, it can cause all sorts of problems. I had a BMW driving me up the wall once, and it kept coming up with air mass circuit, airflow meter circuit, but it was actually the fuel pump. But it's difficult. Diagnostics can be difficult.
So how much would a garage sort of charge to do a new pump?
I don't know what it would be. They probably wouldn't want to go fitting second hand, which I completely understand. If you had a new pump, I don't know, is it 300 quid, 400 quid? I don't know what it would be exactly.
Oh, so quite a lot of money plus the labour. So
including the labour possibly. I'm a bit out of it. I say I am on labour prices.
But you could, by doing these simple things, repair this yourself. It's not too tricky for the fairly average mechanic.
Yeah, so a DIYer could do this. Yeah, you have to invest in a few tools, but I think the customer paid 25 quid for the second-hand pump. You know, so if you're saving 300 or 400 quid on one job, then you can afford to buy a couple of tools, can't you?
Yeah.
Or go in with your mates and buy it or whatever, so you share the tools.
Well, that's the point of the channel, isn't it, Chris Cars? To
I'm just
save people money.
Yeah, I'm trying to help people. Yeah, trying to help people that haven't got 10 grand to spend on a car. You know, we haven't all got that sort of money running around, have we? So if you can keep your own car going and you want to keep your Golf going,
for as long as possible, otherwise you'd have to buy an electric car.
Well, yes.
Chris Cars, what do you think of electric cars?
Well, they've got a purpose, but definitely not in this area because we haven't got the infrastructure to charge the vehicles.
No, we're in a very rural area, really.
We are. We are.
I mean, to live here, you have to wind your clock back 27 years, don't you, Chris?
You do, yes. It's probably a bit slower pace of life, probably. Right, so that's all right. Okay, so we'll just have a look. There's a bit like a jam jar lid, this thing on the top, to get the pump out. You just quarter of a turn or whatever it is.
Can I just ask, it will often be full of crud, won't it, for over the years, all the diesel and the mud?
Yeah, yes, it would. You want to hoover it out, perhaps, or blow it out with an airline. Well, that might not be a good idea.
Because you don't want any contaminants in the tank, do you?
No, thank you, Paul. No, you don't. You're absolutely right. I've done this. I've cleaned this out already, so I didn't think about that. But yeah, you don't want all the dirt going in the tank. So I hoovered this the other day, vacuumed it the other day. I'm not against gloves, but I don't wear gloves that much because my hands go like they've been in a swimming pool. But unfortunately, I've cut myself to bits on the sheets, on the steel sheets and so forth. So I've got little cuts. I did wear gloves doing the sheets. I've got little cuts all over the place, so I'm wearing gloves.
Does diesel sting, Chris?
Well, it does a bit, I just thought I will just put gloves on for that.
But you're not a glove man, because it's like wearing your socks in bed.
It is, yeah. I've never had to do it, so I've never used them. So I know most people do, and you should use them.
Do you still wear socks in bed, Chris?
No, I do when it's cold. Yeah, from November to February, I do normally. Right, so you push the little clip in here, like with something. There's special tools for all this, but we haven't always got the special tools. You just push that one in, like, with a screwdriver or something to release the fitting. Okay,
it's quite a clever design, then.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, it is. When you just push it in like that. All right, and then just tuck them back. The trouble that they're always in the way. It's a job to tuck them back. I don't think I'm probably going to manage it. Right, so we just need to. Right, so the pump's got a mark on it, got a tab on it. Look, with an arrow. Okay, so it only goes in one way. All right. If you wish, if you want to, you can just mark the You can mark the locking ring.
Oh, that's the Chris Cars 1980s Tipex.
It certainly is. Look at this. Look. Right. So you can mark it if you want to. Then you do know. Because once you take it out and you don't know, you go, oh, where does this go? Which way around does this go? If you mark it, you know exactly where it's supposed to be, don't you? Oh. Right, so we'll just tap just got little locking rings around. So you just tap the like that. Get a chisel or something, just tap it. Right.
Would you say with doing this diesel, you're quite safe, but a petrol, you could blow yourself up?
Well, you don't want to be smoking a cigarette doing it if you've got petrol, but you'd be all right, wouldn't you? As long as you haven't got naked flames.
Oh.
I think. Yeah. You definitely don't want to be smoking cigarettes, do you?
No. Did you ever smoke, Chris?
I didn't, no. My dad used to do enough of that. He put me off. He just used to smoke Hamlets continuously and stink the garage out. So, no, I never am really keen on smoking. Right, so here we are. I'm lifting the pump out. It's full of diesel. So, just be careful when you take it out.
It's quite a big old unit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because it's got the tank sender. That's the sender unit for the level of the fuel. So it is quite a reasonable sized unit.
Yeah, so that's going to cost a couple of pounds if you bought a new one, isn't it?
I don't know how much they are. You don't want one of these cheap pumps. I've tried them in the past, or people have bought them in. They just don't last. You know, in my opinion, you want a genuine one, or a good quality one, or possibly second hand. Right, I'll just put it somewhere. Yeah, dear. All right. So that's a bit more message, typical me. That's all right.
Excellent. Is that from your guinea pig?
Oh, tidy up. Well, yes, and we used to have rabbits, but not guinea pigs. Right.
Why didn't you want guinea pigs?
Well, I like animals, but it's all a tie, isn't it? We've had kids for long enough, and stepkids, and now I want it'd be nice to have some time for ourselves, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Right, so here's the pump. You just gotta make sure it's the same part number, which it is. So, the customer's got it, and it's the right number. So we'll give it a go. Okay, so here's the pump. This has got a rubber on it. Look, there's a rubber here. So we'll remove that one. You don't need two. Right, I think you've got to put it on the. You've got to put the rubber on the fuel tank first, I think. So that one doesn't look. You obviously could get a new one if you want to. I think I'm going to use the old one, the original one. All right. Right. So push that one around the lip of the fuel tank, like so.
Because it's diesel, is there any inspection needed looking at the tank or not really?
Yeah, should do. Good point. Yes, we should look in. You ought to look in the tank just to check the fuel, just to make sure there's no debris and so forth in there. So, well, yeah, you can't really see, but it's a good idea to shine the light right in and just make sure it does look quite clean. You want the spotlight of the torch really, just to make sure it's all right in there. But it does look okay. And the diesel's white, which is quite good.
Oh, that's very rare for around here, Chris.
Yes, it's what a bonus. Right. So you just slide this. I'll put the ring in, the sealing ring. Just push the pump in. You've got it's got a bit of spring pressure on it. So you just got to apply a bit of pressure. Right, we know the tab was there on this side. It is. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got to hold pressure on it. I'll get somebody to hold it for you. Right, so it's a sort of a quarter of a turn, I think. Right, so there's my white mark on the locking ring.
Oh,
look.
from the Tipex, yeah.
You know I don't like gloves. Anyway, right. So yes. So and there's my finishing mark there. Look.
Yeah.
All right. So you're obviously not going to be all the way around there, are you? You just to be here somewhere. You've got to start. And it's just not the same. Is it? I'll just go around one more, I think. Just so the ring's in the same place as it was when I took it out. All right? Right, so there's the mark and there's the finishing mark.
So it's just a case of it's a type of connection that will just push down gently on the rubber.
Yeah, it's just like a jam jar lid, basically.
Ah, right.
Okay, we just tap that. Because I had a better chisel, really, but right, just tap that around. Right, that's enough. Right,
and that sealed it.
Yeah, that should be absolutely fine. It's
especially on diesel.
Yeah, yes. I see. If you did have a problem, you'll soon see it because you'll see it on the side of the tank, and you'll smell it and all sorts. But I think that'd be fine.
Did you know there was a series on telly about 2 years ago, and they showed how they cleaned red diesel? Did you ever see that?
I think I've heard about it.
They gave away the secrets.
Put it through bread, don't you?
No, very, very simple, which we don't condone on this channel, obviously, but we're just explaining what happened. Was they took red diesel from wherever the source they got it. They take it to sort of a farm that was sort of no prying eyes, and they then have a filter system of cat litter.
Right.
They then pour on the cat litter sulfuric acid from old batteries that would absorb all the sulfuric acid, and then they poured the red diesel through it, and what came out was normal white diesel. And it was as simple as that.
Wow,
and it was a massive industry, but they gave that away on a drama series about 2 years ago.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Well, we don't condone any of that, but we're just
but
explaining.
we might do a video on it.
But we could do a video on it, Chris, if you've still got some old cat litter.
Yeah, well,
batteries.
I've got plenty of old batteries. Right then, so you just
How we laughed in prison.
Right, yes. Well, so you just put the the fuel pipe connectors back on the pump. Push them on like that, look.
So they'll snap on, will they?
Yeah, just clip on. All right, which I've done. Right. So now we ought to, or now we just ought to prime the circuit. Otherwise, we'll be cranking away. So we've got a power probe. So we might as well just prime it, hadn't we?
Would you say whenever your experience, whenever you do a job like this, it's test. So every step you're just testing to see.
Yes, definitely.
Even on a brand new pump, you just test to see whether that works.
You
Otherwise, you put it all back together and it just.
Yeah, you miss something, and you misdiagnose and buy parts for no reason. Yeah, you have got to go through and be happy with the tests that you've done. It is very important. Otherwise, you just pay part starts and put 500 quid worth of parts on it, and it still doesn't go. Right, so like I said, that's Earth. We want to make sure the pump's rotating the correct way. We want to pump the fuel up to the engine, don't we? So like I said, you can keep switching the engine on and off. You can use a diagnostic tool possibly and run the fuel pump. A lot of the times you can find the category and pump the fuel that way. But I'm just going to do it with this because it's easy. Right, the pump runs and we
can hear that. Yeah, sounds good.
Right, put that one back on. Just push it on, just clip it on like that. Then push the red clip down if you've got one. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it worth putting on the contacts any contact cleaner and things, or not?
I wouldn't bother on it because of the position it's in. It's
fairly safe, is it?
Yeah, it's all nice and clean. But if it's subject to water and so forth, I often use contact cleaner. And if they don't look 100%, but these are nice shiny terminals, as we saw when we were putting the probes in, they were all good, weren't they? So I probably wouldn't use contact cleaner. You can if you want to. All right? We'll just see. We'll just see if it goes.
Okay.
So I've just primed it again because sometimes these can be full of air. I mean, this is driven until it's stopped, so all the systems have been completely full of air. Right, so sometimes you have got to do it a lot. You've got to keep the pump running a lot to get rid of the air before it will start. So I've had to put leads to another car because the starter motor isn't brilliant. So, right, and it starts now and runs now, all right? Okay, that's okay. Right, some cars can be difficult to start when they run out of diesel, right? And on occasions, you might have to introduce something like brake cleaner or easy start just gently into the inlet system to get the cars to start.
Once that's started then with brake cleaner or easy start, it'll then suck all the remaining air, and then the diesel will follow.
Yeah, it'll run on this. It'll run on something like this, and then it clears itself with the engine running. It clears the air and goes back into return into the tank, and then it'll run fine on its own.
Okay, so quite a simple job, not too long.
No.
But a common fault on these Golfs.
Yes, it is. If you like that, please subscribe or do whatever you're supposed to do. I don't know. And we'll try and keep you updated, or we will keep updated with the new garage. And hopefully I'll do lots more little jobs to help you fix your own cars. Thank you very much.